Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. I'm Trường and I'm coming from class 11A2 with the topic social issues. Today I will give you the lesson about school violence. Before going to the lesson today, we will have three big contents. The first is the definition of school violence. The second is the consequences of school violence. And the last is the way to address this problem. Now let's move to part 1, the definition of school violence. School violence is the violence that occurs in the school setting. This included violence on school property, on the way to or from school, and at school trips and events. It may be committed by students, teachers, and other members of the school staff. However, violence by fellow students is the most common, and school violence will have three kinds. The first is the physical violence, the second is the biological violence, and the last is the sexual violence. Now let's learn about physical violence. Physical violence is the act of attempting to cause injury or harm. Physical school violence includes pushing, kicking, pulling hair, slapping, and punching, and may or may not include use of a weapon. This often occurs when an individual or a group attacks or threatens to attack someone physically. Next is the mental violence. This form of bullying includes the derogatory name calling, malicious teasing, deliberate exclusion from activities, purposeful neglect or ignorance, and the spread of lies or rumors. The last is sexual violence. Is ridicule a person through sexual jokes, comments, or gestures, causing embarrassment or discomfort. And sexual violence includes sexual harassment, sexual intimidation, and unwanted touching, sexual coercion, and rape. And now let's move to part 2, the consequences of school violence. Let's begin with its bad impacts on the bully students. The victims can get some injuries. Victims of physical violence may suffer from bruises, cuts, broken bones, or more serious injuries. These physical consequences can have lasting effects on the victim's health and well-being. Next, the victims can also get some long-term health issues. The stress and emotional toll from the violence can manifest physically in other ways, such as headaches, stomach problems, and sleep disturbances. Some victims may also develop stress-related illnesses over time. And about their mental, the school violence can lead to victims feeling isolated from their peers, especially if they are bullied or excluded. This can result in a sense of loneliness and difficulty trusting others. And more seriously, it can also lead to depression. And about the perpetrators, they will be isolated by the other students. When the others find out they are too dangerous to play with, the violent students will lose many relationships. And more dangerously, if they do damage or torture other students, they can be faced the laws. So what should we do to reduce the percentage of school violence? Let's move to the last part, the solution to this problem. Firstly, the family needs to create a healthy and loving environment for the children, which can prevent them from tending to imitate the angry and impulsive behavior of their parents. Moreover, the parents need to care more about their children. They need to confide in their children more often to increase the family love, as well as know more about their children. And about the schools, they should apply more strict rules to make sure that none of the students could do it again. Not only threaten or remind when they make a mistake, because it is useless. And the last one, the school need to celebrate more programs for the children to increase their solidarity. Thanks for listening.